Hey guys, it's Steph at Allen Acres, and today I wanted to share with you guys the packing and prepping process for our big trip, and I have a special announcement. Okay, so I know it's been a while since I've posted. It was definitely not part of my plan. I had some content planned for you guys that I was planning on editing while we were on the road and getting out to y'all, but that did not work out. The bus conversion we took is vintage and much louder than I had anticipated. It just made editing really kind of impossible. I couldn't just put headphones in and just ignore what was going on because, I have 7 kids and people needed me and things. And so it was just not possible to like hear and edit and tend to my kids at the same time. And when I realized this, I kind of panicked for a second and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to get a video out for a few weeks. And then I just immediately just felt like the Lord was like, you know what? It's okay. Do what matters most. And so what mattered most for me was being present with my family and enjoying our trip, just getting a video out when I can. So that's what this is. We have been back now from our trip for about a week, and reality kind of slapped us in the face. And this is really the first opportunity that I've had to get this video out to you guys. I know I shared that I wanted to share just kind of this journey of our trip with you guys. It was a really big event in our family that we were really looking forward to. And so I decided the best way to share it would probably be in like a little mini series. So I'm planning to break it up into 3 videos. This one about like the packing and prepping process, but then a video secondly that would be about just like our trip itself and all the beautiful things we got to see and do. And then a final video kind of just talking about the pros and cons, like maybe what I changed, what did I love, what was easy, what was hard, for those of you who may be planning a trip sometime in the future with your big family or with small children in an RV. We originally had planned to get back on a Friday, but because of some things that had happened that I'll share in another video, we actually did not get back until Saturday. And I actually had my anatomy scan planned for Saturday. We were supposed to have that done and, of course, confirm the gender of our baby, but I had to reschedule it. Last week, I got to go and confirm the gender of the baby. Now, I say confirm the gender of the baby because I think I shared in my video where I announced our pregnancy with you guys. I shared that this was really special because last year my husband had prophesied that we would have this 8th child. And the day that I told him that we were expecting, he immediately told me it was going to be a girl. And honestly, I haven't really wavered from that since. I've just pretty much had peace that this was a girl. Also, one of my best friends had a dream about me having a girl a few months before I got pregnant. And her dreams about me being pregnant had been accurate so far. So I was feeling pretty sure that this was a little girl. But of course, we did the anatomy scan to make sure everything looked good and she's growing right and to confirm that. And so we got to go on Thursday to confirm that we are having a girl. And it was just such a sweet moment for our family. Let's get to that prepping and packing content and getting a little sneak peek in to what it was like to get this big family ready to take a 2-week trip across the country. So we went to our friend's house to pick up the bus, and this was an exciting event in our family. And this is footage of my husband getting in the bus to drive it for the first time. This is our sweet friend who is helping him get out of the driveway. And this is us pulling into our driveway, bringing the bus to our little town. It was a very exciting day in our house. We were all cheering. Once the bus got to our house, we actually have an RV hookup on our property, so we were able to go ahead and hook it up to electricity to get the air conditioning going and cool it off. And almost immediately we started getting it cleaned and just making it ready for us to be able to put all of our stuff in it that we were going to need for our 2-week trip. Okay, so it is nighttime here, and all my sweet little helpers are going to bed. My husband is taking over bedtime so that I could come out here and finish the cleaning. My little helpers were so helpful, and I loved how helpful they wanted to be, and it really truly was helpful. We worked together, and like the scripture says, many hands make light work. And so I was so grateful for everybody's help, but it's very hard to clean floors whenever you have a bunch of little helpers walking on them, especially in such a tight, small space. So I came out here to finish up the cleaning so that we can start the week off tomorrow with it ready to be packed. I have a feeling it's going to take me some time just kind of strategically figuring out where we're going to put clothing and gear and needs like diapers and all the things and food for 9 people in a bus conversion for 2 weeks. So I definitely want to have time to figure things out, put things where I want them to go, and possibly rearrange if I need to, and not leaving everything till the last minute. There's one thing I've learned as a mom with a large family: the bigger our family gets, the more time I need to pack for trips. And so normally regular little 3-4 day trips, I will, pack a couple days in advance or start packing a couple days in advance. But I have started this process a couple of weeks ago. I started making lists and really starting to think about what I needed and gathering items. So, this is definitely a much bigger undertaking. When we're packing, we're usually going to stay somewhere with lots of things we need. And so this is just a different scenario. I'm also really hoping to still have our normal morning routine all week, mostly because my kids really just do better. It ends up being more work on me if we try to get out of our routine. Everyone just does better attitudes, less fighting. People are overall more content and happy. And we're taking 2 weeks off for this trip. And so I really want to try to keep on our school schedule this week. So my goal is to just use my afternoons and my evenings to get the packing done. So if the bus is clean and ready to go, I can just take little chunks of time as I have them to get everything ready to go. So I'm going to finish up and head inside so that I can get some much needed rest and start the week off fresh tomorrow. So I was starting to make my way out to the bus to start loading things up, and there was a lot of group effort going on. The girl's biological brother that lives with us was splitting wood so we could take firewood with us to do fires in some of the colder places. My husband was working on the generator, and I was making my way in to start loading up some of the first things into the bus that we were going to need. And once again, I have my little helpers. We were using our wagon to carry baskets and boxes of things that we were going to need to load them up into the bus. So I had made a Costco run a few days before, and I got quite a few things. Got us some liquid IVs, got some granola bars and some Annie's snacks, some organic apple juice, some pickles. I got the hydration and the energy liquid IVs, got some applesauce pouches, lots of bread to be able to make lots of sandwiches, got some cereal as a special treat for breakfast on the road while we were driving, got plastic cups for juice and milk, and also got um, some different snacks. Got some of the skinny dipped peanut butter cups I like and the heavenly hunks for parent treats at night after kids went to bed. Got Ziplocs for all of our sandwiches and snacks we would take hiking. Another treat, some organic gummy bears, some Z bars, things that I really never buy, and my kids are going to be so excited. Dried mangoes, beef jerkies, pistachios to put in bags, trying to think of protein snacks to take on our hikes, trail mix, lots of batteries, some bottled water, and more pouches for the baby. Also got some kettle chips from HEB and some pickles, and just trying to kind of get us set up. I can't take all the food with us, but I want to at least have all the snacks we're going to need and what we need for lunches, at least for the first little bit. So right now I am emptying all of our snacks into a bin, and I'm kind of mix it all together. I thought that this would be a great way to make it easy for the kids to access. So I'm dumping all the boxes of things into one big bin. And then my plan is that when we go on our hikes, I'll tell them, hey, grab, 3 snacks or 5 snacks, depending on what we're going to be doing. Put them in your backpack. And my kids kind of have an idea of what protein is. So I can tell them, like, get 2 protein snacks and some fun snacks, put them in your bag and take them with you. So we have some Annie's little crackers that are like goldfish kind of, and bunny grams. These are literally things I never buy. My kids are going to be so excited. Mini beef sticks, great protein snack that we actually buy a lot. Some peanut-free trail mix for my husband and I. That is actually really good. We've been having it and we really enjoy it. It's mostly like walnuts, pumpkin seeds, almonds, some Brazil nuts, and dried cranberries, basically. And we really like it. There's also some applesauce pouches, and there are some other things at the bottom. These soft and chewy granola bars. Again, kind of a fun treat that I never buy. My kids are going to be so spoiled on this trip. And then I also put some Z bars in there. Again, something they love, but we don't really ever buy. I got the assortment box. So there's the chocolate brownie, the chocolate chip, and the oatmeal, different flavors for them to choose from. And anyways, I just thought this would be a great way for them to be kind of in control of their own snacks, but have it all in one central location to make it pretty easy for them each day whenever we're going out hiking, and kind of streamlining that process. We also took time during the packing to pause and do some important education, teaching our kids about bear safety, because we are going to multiple locations that are considered bear country. We wanted everyone to be safe and prepared. Okay, so I'm coming on to just give an update. It is Thursday morning. We are supposed to be leaving here in less than 48 hours. And yesterday my washer quit working. Now, thankfully, I have tried to be ahead of schedule, and all of my bigger little kids are packed. So 4 of my 5 younger children are packed. The babies' things are not packed. I bought them some new stuff and I wanted to get it washed. And I took the tags off and went to go put it all in the washer, and that was when I discovered the washer was no longer working. And then I also have to wash all of mine and my husband's things. So it's put a little kink in my plans. So my goal today is to get as much other stuff done as possible so that when I get my new washer later on today, hopefully, willing, I can finish washing everything and get us packed so that tomorrow I'm not too overwhelmed. Tomorrow we have our first day of co-op, so I will not be able to do very much tomorrow. So today is really my last full day to get things done. So I would tell you to pray for me, but I'll already be done by the time you're watching this video. But I know God's good. He is taking care of us, and He's giving me the grace to keep moving forward and getting all this done. And the excitement about the trip really definitely helps. The kids are excited, we're excited, and everybody's been so helpful. So here we go. We're going to keep on going. Okay, so you can see full packing mode behind me on my bed. I don't know about y'all, but whenever I come home from a trip, I really love to come home to a clean house. And we've never been on a trip this long before, so I'm thinking I'm gonna feel that way even more so. So since my washer is not working and I'm waiting on a new one, I'm choosing to use today to get everything cleaned upstairs. We're dusting and vacuuming, getting the bathrooms cleaned. Not trying to make it perfect, but just where it's clean enough that when I come home, I won't feel the burden of needing to clean anything, since we normally get our cleaning done on Fridays, and I will be finishing up packing, and then we won't be here for 2 Fridays. So anyways, we're just getting cleaning done and doing little packing things in between here and there. So I'm actually sitting in our schoolroom. I am trying to come up with things for us to do on the way up there. We're going to be in the car, well, the bus, about 8 hours a day for 4 days on the way up there, 4 days on the way back. So obviously we'll have a little bit more freedom to be able to get up and go to the bathroom and things like that. But I still want to find things to keep them busy so that they're not tempted to just want to watch a screen the whole time. The only screen we'll be having for them is an iPad mini actually, for the 4 little ones to be able to share to watch a movie. So my goal is to come up with like a little loop schedule of activities for them. So like they'll have to do so much math and so much phonics and so much other things. I haven't decided yet. Like I'm taking a tray with like some Legos, and I'm going to take some toy dinosaurs that are really popular in our house right now, and they're going to have to spend a certain amount of time doing each thing before they can earn their screen time. And I figured this will be a great way to limit the amount of screen time, you know, because it's obviously when you're in a vehicle for that long traveling with kids, it's very tempting to just let it be screen time. And so I want to try to limit that. So I've been gathering some math sheets for my school age kids to do, and even though we won't be doing a full school schedule while we're gone, it'll be good to keep their little brains going because they've made such good progress these first few weeks of school. So I am loading up this basket with some games. This container has cards in it and an Uno deck, a really dumb game that my daughter likes to play. My older daughter is called Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. She thinks it's really fun. Skip-Bo, and we have an Uno deck we're gonna add to that. Markers and pencils and crayons. And this is a container of magnets for my little boys to play with. I have some coloring books, this little sticker paint book that someone gave us that my daughter loves, and some magnet trays to go. It's a really great creative idea I got a long time ago. Get these from the dollar store. It's a dollar store cookie sheet and use magnets, and they can play with them while you're driving. My little boys like that. I also am putting in here a water wow pad, this little like Tetris fidget game that's also a pop-it game, and then some school items. Phonics and math is all we're taking with us. Okay, so I'm trying to take advantage of making this trip, like, I'm trying to take advantage of the time we're gonna have sitting still. So I have a kid who is a struggling reader and really prefers nonfiction, and we have these Wildcat readers that he loves to read like over and over again, and they're basically nonfiction about, you know, nature and animals and stuff. And so it was really cool because I had learned about these National Geographic readers that are like leveled, you know, level 1, level 2, level 3, whatever. And wouldn't you know, God in his kindness, I actually got like a whole box of books from my grandmother that she had at her house, and like 12 of them are these National Geographic readers. So I'm so excited to surprise my son on the ride with a bunch of books that I think he'll actually enjoy reading, since it is kind of a struggle to get him to read. And I'm planning on using that as part of our little loop schedule in order for him to earn screen time. So I'm really excited about that. So right now I'm gathering books that I know everybody will love and that they will enjoy either reading to themselves or being read to. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to capitalize on some of those hours in the bus reading. Okay, so I was gonna just show y'all an example of what I packed. And this is about what I packed for everybody. But I packed everybody one warm jacket. Packed everybody like a lighter jacket that would be easy to layer with, and a rain jacket. Then I also did a few hoodie, sweatshirt type things
just for layering purposes. If you've never been to the mountains, they say mountain weather is like its own weather and you just never know. And so we're also going to be in multiple different climates on our trip, so we have to have options. So I'm doing a lot of layering. So then I also am packing 2 flannel like little button downs that'll be easy to layer with. I could layer them with a long sleeve t-shirt or with a short sleeve t-shirt. And then I'm packing a little bit more for the baby just because, you know, babies, they tend to make messes and get dirty a lot faster. So everybody else, I packed 4 pairs of pants, but for him, there's several of these lighter pairs. They're really thin, actually, like really thin. I liked them though. I got them at Walmart. They're great for Texas weather as well, for our actual winter. And so, anyways, I'm taking him 4 of the real thin pair. These are also pretty thin. They're not real thick. But then in addition to that, I'm also taking 3 like thicker pair that are a little bit more like sweat materials, like warm sweatshirt material. They're still not really thick. I don't want you to get the wrong idea, but they're just warmer. So the thing I'm thinking with him is we're going to be staying several nights in really cold climates, specifically one where we're actually not going to have electricity overnight. We're dry camping and we have a generator, but we can only use it during the day. So we're going to be staying in like high 30s overnight with no heat and in a bus that is like old. So I'm not sure how cold it's going to get in the bus. So we're anticipating needing to stay warm. So I also packed him a few extra pairs of pants and long sleeve shirts to be able to layer under his pajamas if necessary. So, which leads me to, I packed everybody else 3 long sleeve shirts. I packed him 5, again, for the layering purposes. I packed everybody 7 t-shirts because that's something we can wear in warm climates, but it's also something that's good to layer when it is chilly. And then I packed him the same 4 pairs of shorts that I packed everybody else. And then I'm packing him, let's see, this is 4 pairs of pajamas, 4 sleepers, 1, 2, 3, and 4. With, I'm not really a fan of these for babies this age. He's 19 months old, the separates, because he doesn't really use a blanket still. He doesn't keep one on him. And so I prefer the sleepers, but this is just, again, for like layering purposes if I need to. I'm packing everyone a swimsuit because we are going to have that opportunity to get in the water a couple of times. And I obviously didn't pack any rompers for anybody else, but he actually got this for his birthday. And I've been so excited for him to wear it. It's like short sleeve pants. It's just adorable. My mom got it for him and I just cannot wait for him to wear it. And so I'm packing that for him as well because I think it might actually be the right weather for that in a couple of places we're going. And then I also packed everybody about 6 pairs of socks. So there's his socks right there. And I'm also packing him these little booties. I really love these. He wore them a lot when he was a baby. They're like a one size fits all. They have a snap on them, so they're hard for him to take off. And they also have the no slip grips at the bottom. But I like them to put over his pajamas. Again, for like keeping him warm purposes is really what I'm thinking. So, you know, I don't know. I feel like with a baby, it's funny. Like all my other kiddos, I didn't have an issue packing pretty minimally for them, but for the baby, like you just want to always be prepared, you know? So I do feel like I'm overpacking for him just a tiny bit, but just to give you an idea, we're going to be gone for 2 weeks. This is a fairly small basket and it's a little overflowing, but all of his stuff fits. I got him some Seakai Run shoes they're like flat, you know, I mean, not flat, they're wide for their little feet. They're also really bendable. I really like that. They're breathable. They're almost like a mesh. And so I'm excited for him to have those because we are planning on letting him walk some, like in like the areas that aren't as, you know, dangerous. And so I want him to have a good shoe to walk in. So anyways, this is his stuff. Like I said, this is about what I packed everyone else, minus, you know, I packed him a few extra t-shirts, long sleeve shirts and a few extra pairs of pants and a couple of extra pairs of pajamas. I think everybody else, I only packed them like 3 pairs of pajamas, and I packed him 4 or 5, because again, he's a baby. He is less likely to be able to re-wear his pajamas because he's likelier to get messy. So anyways, this is what I packed for our 19-month-old, and the climate is going to change multiple times. We're going to experience temperatures from what it is currently here in the hundreds, and I think the lowest temperature predicted at this time that we're going to be in is like the mid to high 30s. So he is ready to go. Okay, so I am trying to pack for myself. I'm in a bit of a standstill. I am at that place in pregnancy, personally, where not a lot fits. And so I have about, I have those favorite things I pretty much wear all the time. And I'm waiting for them to come out of my new washer. I have my shirts, 1 pair of pants, and 2 pairs of shorts, a couple of button downs, and my husband's jacket. Actually, I wore this last time I was pregnant. I had my baby in February. This baby's due in January, and it was perfect. It fit over my belly, and so I am taking it again. And then I have a couple of sweaters I'm taking, keeping my packing very minimal. 1, because I don't have a lot of stuff that fits, and 2, because actually there's no number 2. That's why. So, and then my husband over here, I don't know if he's taking all this. Kind of looks like a lot. His clothes are also bigger than mine. So anyways, so it's my last kind of clothing thing to figure out, is where our clothes are going to go on the bus. It's quite like a puzzle. So I've got to figure that out. There is so much excitement and buzz going around our house. We have about 14 hours before we're planning to leave our house. We finished our first day of co-op, which was really exciting. And now we're back into Montana mode, trying to get everything ready. We got a little care package from one of the grandmas that is has some little things in it for the kids. The little kids got cameras to capture their own memories, and some snacks and things. So and a couple of things that Mama needed. So we're all really excited around here. There's so much to be done and so much going on, but you can just feel the excitement in our house. Everybody's so excited. So we are gearing up, almost ready to go. Okay, so this is definitely not a glamorous video. It is just after 1 a.m. We are planning to depart from our house in about 4.5 or 5 hours. Everyone is pretty much asleep except for me. I am gathering last minute toiletries after I shower, taking them out to the bus. I'm going to write a note for my neighbor who's going to help take care of our animals while we're gone. And I'll be getting a few hours of sleep myself. The packing process is pretty much complete. I am grateful to be done packing, and I'm excited for us to go. And we're grateful and excited about this trip. And this tired mama is checking out for the night. Thank you so much for following along on this packing journey. I know that this is a little different than the rest of my videos have been, but I thought it would be a fun little series to give you guys about, prepping and packing for this trip, and kind of how we're making it work on the bus, and then about our trip itself. So I hope you'll follow along on that, and I'll resume, other normal videos after. If you have not already, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I try to get out a new video each week on all things related to a happy, healthy home life.